Gary! Oh, I've got to change your face.
Yep. We've got to change your face.
Gary's face. There you go. God, I'm really organised now. This is actually working quite well.
It's
You just need to
good.
change his name. There we go.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Look at this. Look at us being professional.
It's like, actual hi.
Hi.
Hiya.
Well, Gary, welcome.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's been a little
Fantastic.
while.
Yeah, it's been
It
a
has.
couple minutes.
Yeah, I was watching I jumped on the stream just before Jester jumped off, and I heard what you said, Lee. So it's funny. I was making up my spare bed in my spare room this morning, and I was like, I'll have to tell Lee I've made up the spare bed for him. And now I'm like, maybe I just won't.
Maybe not.
Well, now what you should do, take a photo of it made, that's fine, and then screw it up and be like, there you go, Lee.
There you go. That's where you're sleeping.
Just unplug all the screws and just say, hey, there you go, and he'll jump in. And,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
nice.
Yeah. Sleep on the floor, Lee.
Thanks. Okay, cool.
Very
But
nice.
not,
It's
Gary in
working
our
quite well.
Discord said he might be showing up naked, and yet here he is wearing cap, glasses, and a shirt.
Yeah.
You're wearing
Maybe
a lot.
he's naked from waist below, though.
Yeah, we maybe need to get him to
You
stand
just
up.
never know. But Matty didn't appreciate my joke, so I thought I wouldn't continue that joke or follow through.
You should have at least arrived in like a wife beater or something, so you can be like, well, I'm half
I'll be
naked.
honest, man. You really need the shoulders for a wife beater, and I just don't.
don't.
I'm a bit like you. I'm a geek, and I don't really lift much or
Or
anything.
go outside.
Might have a little bit of baby fat, but that's about it.
Maybe fat. More like, maybe beer fat.
Baby
Yeah,
fat.
old man fat or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think once you go over 35, whatever, it's no longer allowed to be called baby fat.
No, it's dad bod then.
There you go.
Dad bod.
That's the
bod.
one.
You watch Leon make a game out of it and start playing now.
Oh, Lee's decided it's chocolate time.
I thought I had some chocolate. It was an
Yeah,
hour to go. I thought I had some chocolate.
good idea.
Good on you. Good on you.
How's the day gone? How's
It's gone
How's it been?
really, really well, actually.
It has gone well,
Yeah.
actually.
Like-
We've been onto it,
Yeah,
Half an hour
that's
is
good.
a good time.
the time slot. So,
I think
Yeah.
Simone was dubious about my organising.
I so was, and to the point where I messaged my brother and I'm like, we have a massive gap. Please come.
And did he?
He did. He
did,
did. So no, if you weren't there, so my brother came on. Not only has he bought an Xbox a couple years ago, but he was also the designer of our new logo.
Oh
So-
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
wow.
got to chat to him about the process and how difficult of a clients we were. Yeah,
There
no,
was a
good.
little bit of backwards and forwards, wasn't there? Just a little bit.
just a
Yeah.
little bit.
We scrapped the whole thing
Yeah.
at one point.
Never working for family ever again, was what he said.
No, but he's making our calendar pretty. Remember?
Yes.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
just
true.
Simone. Don't work for Simone ever again.
Yeah, maybe.
Always work
I'm a
with
woman.
Kyle. Kyle's a good customer.
Yeah, Simone's a taskmaster. She's like, right, we've got to do this and this and this, and here's the deadline.
But the good thing is my brother's just the same.
So he understands.
We're very similar in that way.
Still waiting for merch, just saying.
Efficient. Yeah, well, we're in the middle of moving house, Lee. You should know.
Whatever. Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
Whatever.
Whatever. You've
Moving
done.
house. Come on.
Uh,
Done it before.
Yep, a couple times.
God, moving. I
So
hate
Gary.
it.
Gary.
Yeah, let's talk about Gary
Yes.
and let's make him
All
feel
about
uncomfortable.
Yes.
So first things first. Well, we've been asking people their controversial gaming opinions because the whole idea was we're going to be streaming until we get kicked off the internet or run out of guests. And so far, it looks like we're running out of guests first. So what's your controversial gaming opinion?
Controversial.
Yes.
Football
Something that'll
Manager is
get
the
you
greatest
cancelled.
game of all time.
Wait, what was that? I missed it.
Football Manager is the greatest game of all time.
See, this is
Okay.
why we
Controversial.
lost.
Okay,
Completely lost
hang
on
on.
two of these people.
Isn't Football Manager is so lifelike? It's basically life.
It's a sim. It's a sim.
It's
That's
a
all it is.
sim. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how
It's not that realistic.
doesn't that mean that if you were to manage a football club in real life, that would be the best game ever? Life would be the best game ever? Am I getting too
I think
deep?
it's just it's fantasy, isn't it? It's the idea of being able to do something different to what happens in real life with your
Better.
own
Better, nicely.
better. Yeah. I mean, I've just signed Mbappe at West Ham after winning the Champions League and the league 2 years on the trot. I mean, it's not necessarily
That's
the
probably-
most realistic.
No, it's probably not going to happen. Maybe once they keep
No.
it. Not about 2 years in a row, though.
But hey, De Jong actually wanted to join me as well, so I've got him in my team too.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm only.
Carl's
paying
just looking
my-
confused.
Let's not get too
He's
nerdy.
literally turned his head to one side like a puppy. On.
Like, what the heck?
What?
Like,
But the thing is, you want it controversial. I have
Yeah.
honestly sunk, and I'm playing last year's game. I'm not even playing this year's game. I have sunk that 600 hours into that over the course of a year and a bit. So,
So, did
You
you
know.
used to play football?
Like
I don't know if you really call it football.
playing.
I used to play. I used to kick a ball.
Okay, but you didn't play for a team or anything?
No,
Really?
no,
Why
I never
not?
got into it.
Okay.
Because I was a geek.
Right.
I
You
was
were
the
allergic
one
to
playing
sports.
video games,
Yeah.
playing the stuff.
Yeah, it's outside as
I
well.
was- yeah,
Yes,
it requires going out. Me and my mates did kick a ball about occasionally, but then we'd go back and play Football Manager. So I've been honestly playing Football Manager.
Oh, so
in
did
its
you
previous-
start on Championship Manager then? Did you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the first one we got was Championship Manager 2. And I remember there used to be a advertisement on a bus stop all around the country, and it said Cantona's just gone to, I think it was Crystal Palace or something, for £1 million, and it was about creating controversy or the unbelievable or the fantasy, and that you could actually find out what that was like by playing this game.
Oh,
And the game has evolved over the years and changed from Championship Manager to Football Manager into something that's it's still quite beautiful. And I feel like I've grown up with it. So, Lee, you don't really play it much, but I honestly
I used to play it all the time. I
I
had
play
to
it
stop.
constant.
I had to stop playing it because I used to work on site quite a lot, and you're kind of in a hotel room on your own, so you end up putting shit on TV. Excuse the language. Putting rubbish on TV.
Yeah.
And then playing Football Manager at the same time, and it'd just be sat there. The movie would be playing, you'd be turning to it, playing a game, buying a player, selling a player, doing something, turning back to TV, and that would be like the night. So you could do like 5-6 hours easily one night, just sat there playing that
so
easily
Easily.
how come you haven't started the new one?
because it scares me.
I have.
Oh, you have.
Oh, okay.
I have.
Yep.
But the old one has my old save on it, and
Oh,
I can start a new save, but I'm still sort of drawn back into the world that I created in that one game. So
sure.
I've been playing that one game for about 100 hours.
I've been playing. I've got the Football Manager 2012 installed on my laptop, my work laptop, because I've got a game called Burton, which is me getting Burton from the very, 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 very lowest league. And I've got to the championship so far, and I'm like mid-table championship. But the problem is my stadium's so small, I haven't got any money, so I can't buy any really good players. So I'm a bit stuck. So I'm just trying to get myself into like a FA Cup final or something, just to get a bunch of money to. Because 6,000 capacity is not very big.
No, and you'll need the money to really invest back into the players and
Yeah,
reputation.
it's really hard. Yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
I'm trying to find freebies, trying to find players that are kind of loanies and stuff like that, just to get yourself
Exactly.
up there. Yeah.
I did similar one on, I think it was Welling. And Welling are like
Yeah.
Vanarama League South or something, and I got them. I can't remember how far I got them up to. I think I got them to the Premier League, but there was like 1 year where I got back-to-back promotions, and it completely destroyed me. I was like, yes, I've won that second, and I got literally, I don't think I've won more than 2 or 3 games on the trot in a whole season on that second season. So I ended up getting relegated again, and I lost a bunch of my players, and it took me about 4 years to get promoted back up again. And it's just,
Wow.
it's hard. It's a long, you're playing the long game. It's really about
Signing the kids, isn't it, and kind of preparing for the future and stuff.
and bringing those kids up. In some cases you might get some old fogey player who's like what you call a journeyman, who's basically gone to teams all over the world, and you might sign him and he might be your star for one season, maybe two. But he'll train your other players in some of his ways of the Force or something like that. So,
It's so intense,
yeah.
this game, because now they've got like talking to media involved, and then halftime team talks and instructions during the game. All the stuff is all new, really. It has only kind of come in intensely in the
But
last 10 years.
I watch people stream this game, and they never do those things. They just click ignore, or they send their assistant to do it, and it doesn't seem to make any difference.
Oh, is that right? Because I always spend ages thinking about what to say, so I don't want to insult anybody.
Ah, interesting.
Because you say the wrong thing, they get annoyed,
click
and then the
through.
player wants to leave. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I've never had any issues, and I just click through. I don't do the best. I do the second best. Just tap,
Oh, yeah.
get rid of it, and move on.
Wow.
Well, we know some words that you guys are saying because we've watched Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso is brilliant.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Really,
Yeah.
really good program.
It is.
Amazing.
We
Yeah.
know words that you said.
Yep, some of the words you said actually have meaning to us, but others.
Well, I think that's half of my allotted 30 minutes just gone to football manager.
That's
You
right.
guys
It's
haven't
okay.
said anything.
Well,
It's
we're just-
okay. That a lot of time made you happy, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Made you feel special, so job done. Thanks for coming on.
Question 1. Okay, question 2.
Oh, how did you find us? When did you find us? How long have you been finding us?
So
How have you been?
I remember I used to watch and follow and be a part of a community, a different one. I can't remember the name of it actually at this point, but it was. I didn't really want to stick around. I was kind of like a bit annoyed with the people that ran it. So I was looking for a new one, and a friend of mine, do you know Marcus?
Oh, yeah.
Marcus NZ.
NZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically sent out a tweet saying, "Hey, here's a bunch of Kiwis doing an Xbox podcast," and I just checked it out. I watched one episode, and then I went to the YouTube channel and I watched probably about 6 episodes on the trot. Because who doesn't like to binge? And I really liked it. I really like the sort of like the dynamics between what was the 4 of you. So I watched the first episode I watched properly was, and I've mentioned this on the chat a few times in the Discord, the one where you did a behind the scenes video of recording it at Paul's house, and it was the episode that had
Rebecca on it.
Rebecca on it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was I just found it really interesting, and I thought these guys are genuine. There's no BS. They're trying to do a decent, a really good show, and at the same time have a bit of a laugh. And I found myself chuckling along, and I joined the Discord. And then I think, honestly, that I've been around listening to you guys for about 3 or 4 years now, and I feel like part of the friendship, part of the gang, and it's just, yeah, it's nice. I even refer to, like, my wife knows each of you by name, even though she's never watched the program. And,
Really?
And I talk about you guys quite a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, the guys, whatever. And I know it sounds weird, but I consider you guys my friends.
Absolutely.
So it's just, I know you guys, it's mostly on the podcast and me in Auckland. But, I've met Simone and Kyle once before, which was pretty cool. And, that was nice. And I'll get to hopefully meet Lee in a few months. And that'd be nice. Maybe get absolute wasted.
Maybe have a couple swift halves. Yep.
Drinks, maybe. But it's just friends. It's just hanging out with friends.
The
Just
community's
every week.
amazing. Our community's insane, actually. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. And it's funny, like Hall of Gamers, as much as they've got their own community, they're a big part of this community, and they're involved so heavily. Every single day we all talk.
Yep.
And I don't really see that much on their community. No offense to them, but it's mostly based around us and our friendship group, and it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good because people randomly come in and join it, and they kind of just welcomed. I think
Absolutely.
we've had a few new people recently start, and they've just come and joined in, and then just start talking, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's funny because like even people from all over the world, like Michael in Slovakia, or even Isaac in Japan, or
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
he's
it's
been
true.
around for years, and it's really cool because there's no awkwardness, and it's just genuine. And it's happy people and just learning from each other and helping each other, stuff like that.
Giving
So
each other a stick.
Yeah.
just a little bit, yeah. One of my favorites is the creation of the GIF channel now.
Isn't it
Oh
awesome?
no, don't tell me that.
That's not.
Well,
You're welcome.
because you can do so much in a funny little GIF, and it's just a whole conversation. It's just, it's mostly me and Lee, but being stupid, but it's just brilliant. It's really, really fun. And it's got to the point where sometimes I'll even answer in the normal channel.
I know. I've kept it.
Only in GIFs, and it's like, oh yeah, I need to be normal. Genuine.
I think yesterday I laughed out loud at a GIF yesterday. I was in the office. It's really quiet in my office. I laughed
Really?
out loud at a GIF because it was really good. It was just perfect for the timing. I was like, that's
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, just look around. No one saw. It's fine.
It's really good.
Oh,
But,
that is good fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary, I think the first time you were on the show was an episode that we haven't released, and that was the Control episode with just
Yes.
us and Charlotte, and
Yeah.
a bit of Jester. Now,
Yeah.
I'm noticing something. You're going to hate that I'm saying this. If you grow your beard out as long as Lee's, take your glasses off and your cap. Sometimes Lee could have a break every now and then.
That's right. Just drop me in.
And you're both British. No, sorry, you're not British. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I said to myself I
British.
wasn't going to forget, Kyle.
No, he's Irish. He's Irish. No, it's okay. Everybody thinks I'm English because of the accent, but it's all good.
So there we go. Lee, if you decide to retire,
So if I want to
ever,
tap out, then
we've got a younger
He's going on
one.
holiday. I could just come in and pretend to be Lee,
yeah,
throw some F-bombs, and
that's right. Yeah.
Get excited about the charts.
I'd have to take my glasses off as well, and then I'd be
I'd
like,
be squinting. Be like just like a mole.
so what happened to your beard? Oh, I just trimmed it off this week, but I'm thinking of growing
Grow
it
it back
again.
for next week, yeah.
It might grow back by next week, I think. So,
It's amazing.
although I don't have the skills with the buttons as Lee does.
Oh, this is
So-
true.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be
true.
a problem. Have to
That's
teach how to
true.
use the buttons.
It was Mr. Buttons for a while there, wasn't it?
It was Mr. Buttons for a while, yes.
Yeah,
Well, I wasn't
it
allowed
was.
buttons, and then I made my own buttons because no one would give me my buttons.
We tried to convince you to change your name to Mr. Buttons.
Yeah,
but
you did.
no.
That's right. Yeah.
No, you didn't like that.
It was more than just you, Kyle. There was
And
a
Jester as
competition
well.
on Discord,
Yeah.
and I think there was a challenge laid down that said if you up your amount that you give me on Patreon, I will change my name.
That's right.
And then you chickened out.
I did exactly. Yes.
And poor Jester has not dropped his tier back to where it
Poor
was
Jester.
before.
Oh,
So the poor man.
You owe him. You owe him big.
I do owe him.
You do,
That's
you
right.
do.
I'll buy him a beer.
Jester, you got to come for PAX, and then
I'll
beers
buy
on
you a
Lee.
beer. Exactly. Exactly.
So Gary, you're not coming to PAX, is that right?
Yes, he is. He just
No.
doesn't know it yet. I'm going to put
Well,
you
we
in my
just-
suitcase. It'll be fine.
We're just going
I
to
think my
glare
wife
at him
might
until
have
he
something to
agrees.
say about that. It's funny, like in my job, there's a chance that I could go to like some of the conventions around the world, and my wife saw me chatting to one of my colleagues about it, and she was like, "You're not going." I was like, "What do you mean for work?" No, you're not going. No, it's not happening.
She needs you around. But
Awkward.
one day,
Awkward.
if you do make it to PAX, I know there's going to be a lot of people at this PAX that were surprised. Kingsman will be there. We'll be meeting a lot of people for the first time.
Mhm.
By the fact that we have met Gary, it's kind of nice to space people out per year. So, don't
so
worry
next
about
year?
coming this year, but next year, we need some friends.
Or we
next
could go
year
see
too.
Armageddon in Auckland. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I've been to Armageddon. I think I went every single year for like 10 years.
Oh wow!
And it's just, honestly, all I ever do when I go there is try to play the games, don't get to play that many, and buy T-shirts. And I've got a bloody drawer full of loads of crappy T-shirts that are not really that interesting, or they've lost in value.
They've
But I did
aged
buy
well.
I did buy an Adidas hood, or it's not even a hoodie, a jacket that's got Darth Vader on it. I think I wore it once on the podcast, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
But it's worth fucking hundreds. It's like a proper collector's item. I've never seen anyone else wear it apart from what's that rapper that plays Xbox?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, yeah. He's got one. And
oh my goodness.
I'll have to dig it out sometime and show you guys on the chat. But
oh, you have to. And in the chat, Sailor Matty has said he was going to come to PAX just to see you, Gary. You're letting him down. Gosh.
Bro, don't.
Bro,
if he's going to do that, he can come to New Zealand. I mean, and he's always wanted to come to New Zealand rather than Australia. I mean,
well, he's an Aussie as well,
true.
so
he's been to Australia, you know.
well, he is Australian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Well,
Yeah,
we still
he's been
forgive him for that.
Did Matty do a show?
no,
No.
Was that your brother?
he's never been on. He
We've
refuses.
seen a few selfies now,
No.
and that's it.
Yeah, I think we've
No,
seen 3
I
photos
thought-
of him.
I thought I saw the name Matt in the.
Oh, it's a
timing.
different Matt.
Ah.
That's Neomaster
I
from
got
Hall of
really
Gamers.
excited. I was
I
like,
know.
I need to find this. I need to find it because I genuinely would love to watch that.
You
it
and
would
me
honestly
both.
make me a month. It would be the best.
All of us.
Did we all
of
hear
us
him
both.
say hi once, didn't we? I think that's all we've ever heard him say.
Yeah, we've heard him say hi, and then his mic broke. So no, we got to get him on.
Broke, yeah, exactly, broke.
When he's
yeah.
back from South America, we're gonna just glare at him.
True.
The whole Discord should just glare at Matty until he comes on.
6,000th
Is he-
Has he
episode, he
gone
said.
yet? He hasn't gone yet, has he?
No, he's still
On
chatting.
to South America.
No, he's still around.
Oh, he's still.
This
To
is
South America.
he's going to South America if he comes back alive. That is, he might just
I hope he
decide
comes
to
back
take that
alive.
opportunity to
Disappear into the jungle.
go off
I
the
might
radar.
not make it to PAX, but I'll go to South America and find Matty if anything.
And pickpocket him.
No, I'll just save him.
You're gonna
Make
rescue
sure
him.
he's alright.
Oh, save him. Oh, that's fantastic.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything happens to him, we're all in, right? We have to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah, no,
definitely.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
It'll
get
be-
I
t-shirts
mean,
and
Lee,
everything.
definitely. He's your son.
Get t-shirts and everything.
I know, right?
Too good. Oh man.
Wow. So you've wasted 26 minutes, 27 minutes now. We're going to ask him any
27.
questions about Xbox.
Yeah. So, what apart from Football Manager, what is your favorite game of all time? Like, what game do you just absolutely love? Is perfect in your eyes? That's not Football Manager or anything to do with.
Well,
football.
I mean,
Nothing to do with Football Manager.
Are we talking about a game that's like timeless and I'll always go back to it and always play it? Or are we just talking about
One that you
at the
remember,
time?
one you got fond
It was-
memories of playing, and just think, I would love to play that game again.
Well,
I'd love to have that
first-
Always-
experience again.
It's almost like your first instinct. If someone says, "What's the best game I've ever played?" That's the kind of almost the first one that comes to mind, other than Football Manager, because
Of rules.
Well, it's not really an Xbox game, is it? Not really. So the best game I've probably ever loved and played and felt engrossed in completely. There's probably 2 games, but my number 1 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Oh, okay.
When it first came out, I was quite poor, and a friend of mine told me about it, a friend that I worked with, and I was like, oh, it sounds good, I'll get it. And I played that game to death, absolutely to death. Because I was poor and I was single, I literally sat in my room and I played it every single day after work,
Yeah.
got home, made food, whatever, and then I would play that game every single day and every single night. And on weekends, I'd play it as well.
that's multi. Just
And
play
I
multi.
played it for 2 years solid. And I mean, I bought the remake of that same game, but it wasn't the same. It had the same maps and stuff. It was
Oh,
probably more
interesting.
up to date. But basically, it got to a point where there was too many cheaters on there and hackers, and so it was really hard to actually just enjoy the game. You jump in and then you just get sniped constantly,
Oh, yep.
and there's no point of even playing at that point. But that's probably a game that really did so much for my mental health because it enabled me to not think and dwell on stuff that was going on at the time.
Yeah.
And I could just basically escape. And which is what the whole point of gaming is, isn't it? Escapism.
Mm.
And that's to say, it's not the only game. I mean, Control was a big one for me a couple of years ago, and I've bought that game 4 times now. All digital. I've never bought a physical edition of it, so I might have to get that as well. But I bought the remake of it. I bought the original. I bought it on Epic, and I bought it on. I think I bought.
Is there a collector's edition you can grab on eBay?
I was thinking something like that.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
But you know, that game is amazing because it's just got so much to it, and it's really mysterious, and the story is good. Even the DLC was good, I think. And I hear, and Alan Wake 2 is coming out, so I'm looking forward to that.
Mm.
But they've got to do something else with Control. They can't just basically have that as an end. You know, there's got to be more to it than that.
No spoilers. I'm still waiting to
no
play this.
No. Oh no. God, no. And it's not even about the ending. It's about the story and the playthrough, right? Which was fantastic. So.
Yeah, and the characters were interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Jesse was just, cool. And I like the fact that at the end of the game, you can start getting other outfits and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
That's neat. See, you got to change your outfit, Lee. You can't just rock with one outfit throughout a game. It's the
Oh, in
rules.
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed. So I like Assassin's Creed because I've got all the outfits from my previous plays. So when you play a Black Flag, you get an outfit in the new game. So you can walk around like Black Flag guy.
Oh, cool.
In
See?
Black Flag guy.
whatever he's called, in his white outfit.
Oh.
Saying that, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I played to death for about a year, and then I dropped it and stopped and haven't played it since.
Oh, interesting.
Same with Division 2. I think I played that quite consistently for about a year and a bit.
Do you like games on year 4 now?
I'm in a bit of a hole at the moment. I don't really know what to play.
No,
so all I've been
hang
playing
on. That's a lie. Because we told you what to play last month.
Yeah, but what was it again? Oh, the escape one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but I played that already, and I didn't really enjoy it, so I wasn't really that.
Oh, so
Well,
you played it already?
I started it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
started it?
Are you just
Yeah.
waiting for Power Wash Manager, or whatever it's called? Tycoon.
Power Watch Simulator.
Simulator. You're just waiting for that this month.
Power Wash.
Waiting for that to drop.
Well, I mean, what is it that I got an email this morning from the Xbox Club, game club, saying about what was that? What was it again? House Flipper.
Yes.
So my wife honestly only watches house flipping TV shows on HDTV or whatever it is.
Yep, it's an
So
addiction.
I'm gonna basically tell her all about it and download it, and just put the controller in her hands and see what happens.
Yep.
I don't think it will work, but I'm going to try it and see if she can get into a game. Because the only game I actually play at the moment really is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, I saw you playing that the other day. I almost jumped in with you.
Should have. It's a great
Okay,
game. I've
probably.
honestly played it since I got the demo of the first one and the second one, and I loved them. So I bought it day one, and I've been playing it ever since. I mean, it's not where it used to be. Or sorry.
Where it should
It's
be.
nothing like the game that should have been. But having said that, I'm glad it is what it is at the moment, because if they'd have carried on with all the play to buy or whatever it's called,
Microtransactions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
microtransactions, I just don't know if I'd have really got into it.
Yeah.
So, is there a community still playing it? Is there a bunch of people playing it a lot? If you jump in there.
Well, if you jump in and you play the normal multiplayer, which is like 160 people on a map, you will never get a game because there's never enough people in your server. So I play the co-op missions, which is 4 players per team.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And I honestly always get a game, and it's really good fun. And I'm up to a level, I think 160 or something like that now.
Okay.
So like, I've unlocked everything. There's nothing else to unlock, but it's just good fun. And it's the only game my wife will sit down and watch me play.
Oh, that's interesting.
She loves it. I don't know why. Absolutely loves that game. If I
It's
play
not-
anything else, she's like, why? It's not about you. It's about me. Play Star Wars. What's wrong with you? So it's always nice to have some encouragement. I'd rather she leaves the room so I can play something else, but whatever.
I thought if there weren't enough people on the server that it backfills with bots.
It's supposed to, isn't it?
It hangs.
Interesting.
Oh man,
that's disappointing.
On the co-op one, it will backfill with bots, but on the normal one, I've sat there. I mean, I haven't tried it for about a year, but I will sit there for a good half an hour just waiting for a server to fill, and it just never does. So that's why I just play this one all the time now, and it's good fun. So, I mean, I do wish they made another one, if I'm honest. Maybe not EA.
I don't think EA will be allowed to, will they?
Yeah.
No.
Like an
I've been
Ubisoft
thinking
one, like
about-
an open world Star Wars from Ubisoft. You know, climb on top of spirals and kind of.
Oh, I would have to retire from the podcast, Lee.
I just honestly would love to have a good multiplayer Star Wars game again, that we could just get into and.
There's
love.
rumors.
I
There's
mean,
rumors kicking around or something.
Oh yeah, there's always rumors.
yeah,
About.
there's always rumors, isn't there? One of the Xbox studios, I think, will probably do something. But what was the other one? The most recent Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, number 2's coming out. Yeah.
I haven't finished that yet, and I know Lee, you jumped into it and completely finished it in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, did
Story
it for...
mode.
Yeah, just go to story mode.
Just go story mode, bro. It's too hard. If you can't be bothered to fight things that kill you all the time, just to go story mode, and then you just got to worry about jumping, which is still hard, but at least it's doable.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always jumping in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know. There's one I remember sliding down some ice, catching a piece of rope. If you miss the rope, you die. If you catch the rope, you then slide and run along the wall. If you miss that, you die. So then you got to do all the bit again. And then if you catch that, then you jump down and land on something that explodes. And
well,
then
you know
you
what
die.
made me, when I first started playing it, the thing that annoyed me was that you have to evolve your character in order to be able to jump better, which makes sense. Makes sense, but you're in a point where you just want to jump from one rope to the next and move on to the game.
Yeah.
But I can't fucking grab that other rope, and I'm gonna die. And
I even know what rope you're talking about. Yeah, everybody knows what rope you're talking about.
Exactly. The rage quit is insane in that game at the beginning, when you can't do something as simple as jump from one rope to another.
Yeah.
Like.
But once you get past that, once you get kind of powerful, it's really cool. The problem is the game's really good as you get better. So as you kind of unlock memories, as you get remembering stuff, it gets really cool. But you have to break through the pain initially.
Yep. Just do it.
Yeah.
We believe in
That's
you.
not gaming. That's just sticking needles in your arm. Like,
well, Gary, we've reached our end of the allocated time slot. So before we kick you off, any parting words?
That was really quick. Parting words. No, I think mostly is thank you. I love you guys genuinely from my heart, and just keep doing what you're doing. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of this community and to be your friends. So thank
Absolute pleasure to have you here, Gary.
Yeah, keep doing it, and
Thank you.
one day we'll meet and drink and go crazy.
See you in October for a beer.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Absolutely.
And just bring him across, Lee.
Yeah, well, it's going to go in my suitcase. It's fine. I'll have
just-
a word
The
with
problem
Mrs.
is when are you guys coming back?
That's a good question.
Not this year. Maybe next year.
Oh, because your family already visited, didn't they? So you're not going to go.
That's right. But we want to go to the snow next year. So come
South
to
Island trip.
Awakuni.
Yeah,
There
that
you
sounds
go.
good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, have a
Thanks,
good one,
Gary.
Cheers, dude.
and I'll
See
see
you
you guys. Take care.
Cool.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you.
Thanks.